Alrighty, in this video I'm going to teach you guys how to play Find the Skin, or FTS. This is something that I learned how to play recently in a regiment party. I don't know who originally created this. If I ever do find out, I'll try to share it maybe in a community post or highlight that creator somewhere in some way, because this is actually really fun, really simple too. All you need is a lot of characters. You essentially just need a lot of characters to play. And the more people you have, the more fun this is, of course, because there's going to be more characters that are going to be, you know, moving around and everything like that. This is kind of similar to something like a fashion roulette or something like that, but there's actual rules to this and there's actual winners and everything. It's a blast. Let me teach you how to play. So there is going to be a host and a number of players. The host is super important because they're going to dictate how the players react. The host is going to switch to a new character, a completely default character, as you can see here. Then they are going to make a change to their character. They're going to open up the in-game editor. By the way, you can open up the in-game editor by pressing J on your keyboard, or by simply pressing the this button up here in the top right, and then right here where it says character editor. So those are two different ways that you can access your character editor in game. Secondly, now that you are here as the host, you're going to try to find something, anything at all. Maybe you just want it to be a single main, or maybe you want it to be bald. Maybe you want to make a change like, oh, there's no tail, or maybe you want it to be they have this body part or something like that. Then you're gonna hit save and play. You only need to make one specific change to your character to do this. Once you do, you hit save and play. You now have this change to your character. All of the players over here waiting for the change will now go through their character list by hitting the swap icon thing up here and scrolling through every single character that they possibly have in their character list, hoping and praying that they have a character that has this specific addition to their character or feature on their character. For example, if I was to choose this main right here, this is the change that the players have to find. These players will now race to try to find something that has this hair out of all of their characters in their character list. I hope that makes sense because it is really simple. If they do have it, let's say offline here had it, they move forward. If the statuette doesn't have it, then they stay behind. If you have the change, you move forward. The host will, or should, at least wait a couple of minutes or so to see if all of the players have gone through all of the characters in their list. Once they are done and they're ready to show the next item, once again, they will open up their character editor, they will revert all of the changes back to normal, and then they will go to like a face or an item or something like that. Perhaps they want to do an item this time and they choose this skirt right here, they hit save and play, and now these characters once again will have to find a character that they have that has this exact skirt on. If they do, they get to move forward. This time, let's say Statuette has it and Offline has it, and so they both move forward. This is super simple, and this game proceeds just like this up until a player reaches the end. Now, it is possible for multiple players to win the game because, for example, you could have Statuette and maybe Skella is like way behind here, like on green or something like that. The Statuette and Offline are both at red, and the change is the skirt. They both have a character with a skirt. They switch to that character with the skirt. They move forward, and we now have our winners. Everyone who made it to the final stripe is the winner. Everyone who did not make it to the final stripe is a loser, unfortunately. So it is possible to have a ton of winners. It's possible to have no losers. It's possible to have only a few winners or one winner or something like that, right? You could even make it to where it's a race, where when there is just one final stripe for them to go, you make a change to your character, and the first one to switch to it and sit on that last stripe is the winner. So it is very possible to do things that way as well. It is pretty simple and pretty fun, and of course there's other things you can change to this as well. For example, I've been only doing one change to my character each time, but you can do combos. So for example, I have the skirt on my character, but now how about you try to find a character that has this specific skirt and this specific neck item? Can you find a character in your character list that has these features and changes on the character? If so, then you switch to it and move forward. It is that simple. It's extremely fun, and I had a blast doing this. I don't have a huge diversity of characters, so I wasn't super good at it, but it was really fun and really exciting because I honestly have hardly ever seen anybody share any kind of mini games in Ponytown. I never see them, and when I do, it's usually just like Gay Box or something that I've already made, or something like Fashion Roulette or 50 Plus, or even just build battles, which have existed forever, even outside of this game. That's another thing too, is like this could technically translate over to like things like VR chat and things like that. So this game is really cool. It's creative and it's fun. And I wish I could meet the creator of this because I would really love to pick their brain on the thought process behind all of this. But that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. I'm probably going to be trying to play this with some subscribers at some point in the near future. So if you want to join for that, you can join my Discord server, and that'll be linked below. Request the waiting list role because I ping the waiting list role whenever I need people for a video. So do all of that, but most importantly, subscribe, like, share, do any number of those wonderful things, because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful. They're crying because they lost, I guess.